G'day friends, how are you today? It's Kim from Kim's Homestead here, and last night we had probably a good amount of rain, so I thought we'd do some work around the garden today. It's a perfect day for it. So my broad beans have got those little black aphids on them, and I thought I would make up a ecologically friendly spray to put on them to try and knock them back a bit. So what I have here is just a 3-litre bottle of water, and I've marked it Eco Oil because if there's any left over I can just pop the top on and it will stay good for a reasonable amount of time. So if it doesn't work, I can do a follow-up spray in a couple of days' time with what's left over. So I'll remove the lid, and here I've got my oil. Now this oil, just that one there, you can pick up from Bunnings, and it's got a little measuring container at the top, and all you do is you squeeze the oil from the bottom up to the top, and then you've got the measured amount needed to put into your spray bottle. So I've already pre-measured it. I think with this stuff you'd be pretty hard pressed to really overdo it anyway, because I mean you'd have to basically put a plant and put it in a bucket full to do too much damage. Right, I'll just put the lid back on and give it a bit of a shake. Now this is only a light solution. What it does is it coats the little aphids, and they actually breathe through gills, and when you coat the aphids in an oil it clogs up all the gills and they can't breathe anymore. So basically they suffocate. Now what I have here is my sprayer. One of these you can pick up from Diggers. That's a plant company we have here in Australia. It's the only place I've actually seen them. So I find this one's good because these little nozzles at the end, it's got 2 nozzles, and you can move them around, so you can go up under the plant leaf. You can virtually go one up, one down, really, but you can spray it at different angles, which I find's really good. Okay, make sure that's nice and tight. And then it's just a matter of a hand pump. I'll just move you down a bit. Sorry, it won't move down, so I'll come up. Okay, so that's the hand pump, and you just pump it just like a bicycle tyre pump, and it sprays out the end. Helps if you have it in the right direction. See? Very good. Okay, so let's take a wander over to the broad bean and see what we've got happening there. Okay, so here's our broad beans, and Let's see if we can get a good enough picture. You see all that black? That is the little aphids. Rotten little hooers. Getting right into it they are, sucking the life out of my broad beans. And unfortunately, I don't have enough ladybugs to take care of them. There's only a few broad beans here, I know. I was very late getting them in this year. But it is what it is, and I'll get a few feeds out of it, which will be very much appreciated. Right. So what I'll do is, let's see. I'll just put you down here, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so here we go. Let's set our sprayer properly first. And there's a little ladybug just there. Hey, you're not doing a very good job. Right, I think that'll do that one. And as you see, we still have quite a lot of oil left to spray on something else, or I can put the top back on, and in a couple of days' time I will come out and repeat this spraying and hopefully get rid of most of those black bugs. I don't mind sharing a little bit with it, because with the bad bugs come the good bugs, but just not everything. So what are we doing now? Well, I think I'll wander over to the veggie patch and see what we've got going there. So what I'm doing now is I like to just go over my plants and see if there's any slugs or snails or those little green caterpillars. Just give them a daily inspection. Whatever caterpillars I find, the chooks love. Bunch of girls, yeah. Any snails I find, I usually squash. I don't feed the chooks the snails, because they actually carry a tapeworm in them, which I don't want them getting. can usually handle the snails because their digestive systems are actually built for it, but not so much chooks. Okay. And of course, make sure you wash your hands thoroughly after handling anything like this, because you don't want to put it into your own mouth. Okay, that's them. Usually at the end of these rows I have a bucket of water filled up. I don't know whether you can see it or not. Hang on. There we go. And that's where I drop any weeds that I pull out. And what that does is it breaks it down and makes a really nice nitrogen-rich tea for the plants. Of course, after raining, they really don't need that, but... Right, over here is where I had planted some cabbage. And unfortunately, the cabbage is not doing too well. So, they're coming up, and I will plant some new cabbage. Got some good roots coming out down here. It's not overly root bound, which is good to see. And all I do there is press in, pull back, pop it in, and there we go, firm it in, done. Not hard. There's another nice little one. See all the roots coming out the bottom? This little guy's ready for planting. Press in, pull back, pop him in, and firm down. Done. Now I'll probably plant one in the middle as well. Let's see. Yep, that one looks like a good one. A bit of an old leaf, so that's being pinched off and put in the bucket. Check for any caterpillars. Won't be long and the caterpillars and the white cabbage moth will be dying. So I won't have to worry about them for too much longer. bit of weeding. And in the bucket. Just like that. Right. What else have we got? I've got some peas that need putting out, so we'll plant them together. Okay, so here is our peas. Now these are a snow pea, and what I have them in is some root trainers. These are actually a long container with rivets down the side, which forces the root down to the bottom. Basically it trains them to go deeply. Now these aren't bad. I've actually used these for a couple of years now, but they are very flimsy. See the roots down here? A couple of snails as well. Doesn't matter where I am, the blinking snails. Okay, where's my little shovel? Let's get rid of them. Right. What I'll do first, all these stinging nettles I'm going to pull up. And they will go into the bucket. Well, half of them will anyway. The rest I'll just dig in as a green mulch. Right. You're going to help me do some planting, Barney. Okay. Here we go. So they just open up like a book. I don't know how well you can see that, but they've got some beautiful roots. So now all I do is dig a little trench along here. And just place them in there. I like to plant fairly close. Take these off. I can't feel a thing through gloves. but I had them on for the stinging nettles. And one more. Right, all I do now is backfill it. Now those will stand up on their own in a couple of days' time. There we go. Right. And we should get a very nice crop of snow peas. And I'll just dig the rest of this in. That will become some nice mulch for the plants. And here I have a snapdragon in the corner. That is to help encourage the pollinators. Now what I have got is some bulbs as well. So I'm going to plant up the front of this with a few bulbs, and it'll help the pollinators and make it look pretty. Here we go. We have some tulips, mixed colours, 2 bulbs. By the look of them, I think there's a light coloured one and a dark coloured one. So that'll be nice. Just take them out. They both look pretty good. This dark coloured one is actually starting to form a second bulb, so that'll be nice. Right, this one here, let's see, we'll plant him here, just under the soil, probably about 1.5 inches down, and this one here. Now here we also have some daffodils. These are the 2-coloured daffodils. Very nice. I'll be glad to add these to my garden collection. And we have, how many in this one? Okay, we have a double, so that'll be nice. I think I'll plant him in between. And this one here, we'll plant him just there. And that will be nice. Okay, so that's that done. We'll be back a little bit later on when the peas are growing and the daffodils and the tulips are flowering. In here I'm going to be planting some parsnips. Hollow Crown is the name. And all I do here is open up the packet. God, they make these things hard to get into. Right. So all I do is make a drill. There are a few of them. You can go to the chooks. There we go, and then just slowly drizzle out some seeds. Right, and we'll just fill in those drills, packed soil. Okay, right, what I will do is I will also plant some jonquils. Now these ones are Soleil Dior. Beautiful. I do love the smell of jonquils. One there, and I think we'll have one there. loose ones in. Right, they're done. And they'll be up. They usually take a reasonable amount of time to come up. Let's have a look at the packet. Seedlings usually emerge between 21 and 28 days. So that's good. Let's go and plant some more. Here we have some kale, the Nero di Toscana. Now I won't be planting all the seeds here. Kale usually lasts me a while because I usually only plant a few plants, and that's mainly for the chickens. They really love it, and I'm not a real big fan of it. So let's see, I think just along here would be enough. Now I'll just plant a few in and thin them out to the best, probably 4 or 5. And the chooks will enjoy them, and then I will enjoy the chooks' eggs. Do a bit of weeding while I'm here. And now I still have some daffodils. These are the bright yellow ones. They're the King Alfred. And there looks to be, there's supposed to be 4 bulbs. And there looks to be about 5 bulbs in there, so bonus, an extra one. Okay, I'll plant 2 in this one. Let's see, one just there. Put him right down. And I think one over here. Right, and now we'll move on to somewhere else. Here we have the purple-headed cauliflower. I did have some other ones in here, and there's still one there, but the others seem to have died off. So I think I might have planted them out a little too early. That's all right. This time we'll plant them from seed. They should do a bit better. So, the finger I'll use up to the knuckle. I just poke a hole in. Let's see, stick 2 or 3 seeds in and pat her over. And once again I'll thin out to the best one. Now we still have some more bulbs, so I'm going to plant one in here. This will be nice and pretty when they're all up. And right, let's see. Now we have the red cabbage, and once again I'll just plant by the seed using one of my fingers, poke a hole in, drop a few seeds in. Not many in this one. Only one seed per hole in this one. All the rest of the seeds are gone. Oh no, there's a couple. Oh, no, it's dirt. Right. Cover them up. And put in a bulb. Now I've got one more small bulb left, and that one can go in here. This one has my broccoli, doing quite well. Well, let's see. Okay, so now I've just got to replace a few Brussels sprouts here. Bit of blood and bone, and pop out a seedling. In the hole, firm it down, bit more blood and bone around it, and that's got it. there is for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed our little walk around and helping me plant the garden. Of course, remove any caterpillars you find. Okay. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Bye for now.